Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, it might only be January, but there's plenty of opportunities to get a gardening fix, albeit most of those opportunities will be indoors. Let's face it, that's really where you want to be in in January. The weather's foul, it's cold or it's rainy or it's blowing a gale. But if you're like me, you want to be doing stuff in the garden or for the garden, and that's just what I've been doing. So let me take you around the house where I can show you some of the things that I've been bringing on in preparation for springtime. So here we are in the spare room where I now have my propagator set up. It gets tucked away into the garage come about April time, and then back out in December. It does take up quite a lot of room. So it's a geopod heated propagator with lights. I don't have much on the go in there at the moment, but I'll show you. But just to give you a run through, here's the lights. They just sit on top. Oh, very bright. Two of them, and you can actually move them wider if you want to. I've just got them sitting quite narrow at the minute because I've not got so much in. There's three great vents, and we have the thermostat here. It's actually set for 20, but it's sitting at 22.7 at the moment because it's just there's a lot of ambient heat in the room. But generally, assuming you're setting it something higher than the ambient temperature, then it will stick at that temperature for you. It obviously can't reduce the temperature. So this is the probe that goes down into just hangs inside the plastic dome. And yeah, it's fantastic. So anything that's needing heat, quite often you're finding seeds that are needing 20-25 degree C temperatures to germinate. It's great for popping them in here. And the lights are fantastic as well. So even if I turn off the heat, just having the lights on here is great for, at this time of year when there's not a lot of lights happening. And windowsill space is at a premium, and I'll show you that in a moment. So what have I grown in here so far? Well, I sowed on the 29th of December some onion seeds, Bedfordshire Champion. They germinated and have sprouted, and I've actually got them in back on the living room windowsill now, because they don't need the heat anymore. And so that's first success, and there's a couple of things in there. I'll just take the lid off and show you. Okay, so I have got some oregano, Greek oregano in here, and you can just start to see the green there that it has germinated and is starting to grow. When did I? 5th of January, and it's now the 11th of January. So that's doing fine. There's some flat leaf parsley in there, which probably doesn't really need the heat, but it was more for the light. I popped that in. And it's not doing anything as yet. And then these two, these are turmeric. So I got some sort of turmeric roots, and I've popped them in. I don't know whether they're going to come to anything. They've been sitting on the kitchen window ledge for about a month, and I was keeping it moist, but not much else. And I figured we'd try with a bit of heat. So this is very much an experiment. I don't know whether I'll get turmeric germinating or not, but we'll see. So that's all that's in the propagator. This will soon be absolutely chock-a-block, certainly come February time. It will become chock-a-block with things. But if I just turn around, my windowsill in the spare room is completely chock-a-block as it stands. So let me just show you what I have going on here. Here we have some winter lettuce. This is veiling lettuce, and I got this because Kelly at oh no, Kelly, what's your channel called? I'll pop it up. I think it's Kelly's Kitchen Garden. Yeah, I'll pop that up in the video. So Kelly is raving about this lettuce, and I thought, yep, I'm going to have a shot of that too. So I germinated this in the propagator just to get it going, and you can see I've got lots of plants. So I'm actually going to, today I think I'm going to pop these into, probably into plug trays individually, so that I can grow them on a little bit more as individual seedlings. And I look forward to, you know, gradually getting them, you know, bigger, acclimatizing them to the outside world, and maybe popping them in one of my little plastic grow houses to grow over the rest of the tail end of the winter and into the spring. So that's veiling winter lettuce. Next to that, these are just a mishmash of plants that I have. This, my cousin gave me. It's just a little plant she's grown from, I think it's a satsuma seed. She gave me a number of them. She was doing a little experiment with, just to establish that she could in fact get these things growing. So I don't know what's going to come of it, but it's cute, and I'll just keep growing it on indoors. And then we've got 3 of the jade cuttings that I took, the money plant cuttings that I took July time, basically by taking a leaf from the mother plant and then just sitting it on top of the compost, and it gradually sprouts really easily actually. So here's 3 of the little plants that I've got. I'm getting overrun with them actually. Next we have this aloe vera, and I had a visit during the summertime from Lynn's from My Little Bit of Peace. Oh, there's Colin meowing at the door. And she brought me some succulent cuttings, the aloe vera being one of them, and it seems to be doing fine. Hang on, I'll just go and let him in. Come on. What a noisy boy. Then we have some radish. So I thought I'd try growing radish. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it. It just sprouted on the window ledge. So I figure I'll probably put them into plugs as well and keep them indoors until they settle down into the plugs, and then maybe try and get them accustomed to the outside world and put them in the plastic grow house as well. That's the plan. And then next to that we have Swiss chard. Again, quite early, but I've got a few Swiss chard popping up, and I'll just do the same with those. Hello, Colin. And then finally, spring onion, White Lisbon. They are not doing anything quite yet, but should do. And there's another little jade cutting. And then over at the end, we have some more succulents. So these are some more of the succulents that Lynn's from My Little Bit of Peace gave me. Some are rooting better than others, and I can't tell you the names of any of them, other than that, which is a Christmas cactus. And I've just sort of left them where I plonked them to root, and they have rooted. You can see this one was it was a little leaf. Let's see if I can bring it over. It was a little leaf, and now we've got new baby leaves next to it. So yeah, I'm just keeping them a little bit moist, and we shall, I'll pot them on maybe in the springtime when they're going to be, able to deal with it a bit better, I think. So they're just sort of sitting in here. But yeah, I've already run out of window ledge space, and that's before I even transplant these seedlings into plug trays, so it's all going to get a bit fraught indoors. I have a very understanding husband, as I'm sure you all must have, or wife or partner or whatever, just because it does get a bit mad from now really until the spring, the end of the spring, when things can start to go outside, because we're not getting so much in the way of frosts. So yeah, that's the spare room, and I started off by showing you my geopod propagator. So here are the onions that I sowed 29th of December. They are Bedfordshire Champion, and I started them off in the heated propagator, and they're now just sitting on the window ledge. Colin, I'm being followed around the house by Colin, who just loves video bombing. Colin, you're in my way. You are. So, yep, they're doing well. They're growing tall. What I'm going to do is just give them a bit of a haircut, just to, Colin, away from the camera, a bit of a haircut just so that they don't get too floppy. I'll just maybe take the top ½ inch off these, and I'll do it again if they get too long and floppy in the coming weeks, just to keep them under control really, before they then get split and put into individual plugs before we get them planted out later. So yeah, Bedfordshire Champion, they germinated really, really easily in the propagator, and yeah, very happy with them. Okay, so I'm just going to give these a little trim, just so that they don't get too floppy, because they're very tall. And Colin, no, I've got scissors. Colin's just coming to join me again. So literally, I'm just doing that and that, just to get them to a nice height. And some here. What I tried to do when I was sewing these is I tried to sew them in rows, so it was going to make this trimming a bit easier, but I appear to have failed miserably when I was putting the seeds in. But never mind, it's not too difficult to do this. Getting a lovely onion smell. Yum yum. Right, I think that'll do us for now. Oh, there's a little teensy there. Yep, that will do for now. So that's the onions ready just to continue to grow in the window ledge. I'll keep them moist and turn them, because they're on the window ledge. They'll start going towards the light. So I'll just keep turning them to make sure they don't get lean too far to one side. And that should be fine for the next few weeks. So basically all I'm doing is using my dibber just to get a seedling from one pot, made a hole in the plug, pop the little seedling in, and that's it. Get it as deep as I can do, so that it's not too leggy to start with. Here we have it. Always making sure to handle the seedlings by their leaves and not the stem, because the stem can get damaged, and if the stem is damaged, then the seedling will die, because water can't get up the stem to feed the rest of the plant. So I'm only going to get some of the seedlings in this tray. I seem to have quite a lot, so I may well just get another tray done tomorrow. so that I've got plenty of lettuce on the go. The good thing about having lettuce is that even if there's too much for me to eat, I have chickens and I have quail, and particularly the quail absolutely love lettuce. So I want to grow lots of lettuce this year, more so than before. I don't know how these will do, you know, getting sown and trying to grow them at this point in the year. I mean, they are winter lettuce, but I guess they'll be quite slow compared to how they would deal with later in the springtime. But yeah, we shall see. So that's 24 that will be on the go, which is great. And if I can just look after them and prevent them from damping off or just generally dying, then that will be fab. I could fill at least another one of these trays with the other seedlings, and I may do that tomorrow. But at the moment it's dark and it's raining again, and I don't want to fumble my way into the potting shed to find another tray in the dark because I don't have light in the potting shed yet. I think I'll just make do with this. Et voila! "24 little Valen winter lettuce seedlings." Okay, I have found this variety of leek. It's called Elephant, or Elephant, and it's one that I can actually sow indoors in January. So, yep, we're going to have a shot of growing elephant leek rather than elephant garlic. So yeah, it's an unusual name. Never tried growing it before. What does it say about it? Very hardy, long, thick shanks, which will stand up to 6 months in good condition. Excellent flavour. So that sounds good to me. There's 500 seeds in here, so they're teensy. Let's just see if I can get some in here. I've got just a general compost with vermiculite through it to sow into. I usually use seed sowing compost and vermiculite, but this is just so happens what I have in here. There's some seed sowing compost in there as well. It's a bit of a mix. So it will just have to do for now. Doesn't need any special temperatures, so I think this will just get popped on the window ledge indoors and see how we go. Little tiny seeds, little tiny seeds. There we go. I have grown leek before, I'm lying. I've got some leek happening out there that I grew from seed, but last year was my first year. So let's just see if I can, do you know, I've grown my nails. Women's problems here. I've grown my nails and it's now blooming impossible to do anything like this. Picking up little tiny seeds. I'm just not used to it. If anyone can give me any tips and hints if you've got long nails. There we go. I seem to be on the go now. But I certainly can't be very accurate with these teeny tiny seeds. So that will do. I've not put tons in, but we'll do this as a first stab. So seeds are on top of the damp compost, and then I'm just going to use vermiculite, as I always do when I'm sowing, just to get a layer on top of the seeds. And if I just press that down, what that means is it makes sure that the little seeds make contact with the wet compost, and then I will just give it a little bit of a spray with this water. Just to dampen the vermiculite as well, but it's not enough power to knock the seeds under the base compost and hide them from the light. So there we have it. This is Leek Elephant, and I'll just write a little label. Elephant, and it is the 11th of January. And in it goes. And I'll pop that on a window ledge somewhere. Try and find one first. And that's something else sown. That's all from me. Are you growing anything indoors right now? If you are, pop a comment down below the video and share it with us so that we can all see what each other are starting off. For now though, I'll bid you a farewell. Goodbye for now. Bye.